things that I found most interesting about this whole discussion on Jeremiah is that you know, America's always worked to keep church and state separated. And this has kind of opened up a discussion on church and the state, or church, however you want to put it. Could you comment on that? Because it's something the media doesn't usually deal with, but now because it's Barack Obama, all of a sudden,
Well,
it's okay to have this discussion.
Well, I don't think they really understood what happens in the black church anyway. And as I said many times, we're not one monolithic people. There's many different type of churches, many different type of African Americans. And I don't know why they say this guy is so radical. The whole civil rights movement came from the church. As a people, what killed me though when that picture came out with the former president shaking hands with the Reverend Wright. Where that, you know, Clinton was smiling too in that picture. The new film is called Miracle at St. Anna. It's coming out mid-October. It'll be a Disney Touchstone release here. And it's about World War II, my first World War II film. It's about the Buffalo Soldiers, the black soldiers who fought in Italy against the Nazis and the fascists. Starring Derek Luke, Michael Ealy, Laz Alonso, Omar Benson Miller, John Guizamo, John Turturro, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Kerry Washington. It's epic. So, World War II. Brothers in Italy kicking Nazi ass.
Spike, your new movie, Miracle at St. Anna, comes at an interesting time, being the 5-year anniversary of the war and having 4,000
Right.
dead American soldiers and countless other civilians in Iraq dead. Was that part of the inspiration to bring the movie out at this time? Was because of what's going on with America overseas and their foreign policy?
Well, a little bit of it, but let me give you a little bit of the history. Miracle St. Anna is based on a novel by the great writer James McBride. You might have read his first book. It was called Color of Water. And this is the second book. He just had a second novel just came out called Song Yet Sung, which is about an underground railroad. And growing up, I've always loved, I didn't know I want to be a filmmaker back then, but I've always loved, my brothers and I always liked war films. And for the most part, we were never in them. Of course, you had a couple of exceptions. Most notably, Jim Brown, the great Jim Brown. He's going to be here tonight, hopefully, in The Dirty Dozen. And in doing the research for the book, James talked to a whole lot of brothers who fought in World War II, who were part of the Buffalo Soldiers, and they always talked about they were sick and tired of John Wayne. 1 million Negro men fought in World War II, but that was not reflected in the films. Of course, you had Tuskegee Airmen, but that was a cable movie, HBO film. So another reason why I want to do it, I've been going to Italy since 1986, and the Italian journalists and people always ask me, when are you going to make a film in Italy? So with James McBride's book gave me an opportunity to shoot something in Italy and also do World War II. But I want to make a distinction. The main reason why I want to do this, one of the main reasons is that World War II, in my opinion, is the last war the United States was right about. Korean War, to stop communism, bullshit. Vietnam War, same thing. Gulf, Iraq, Afghan. So, but World War II was not, it was really, we had, that was democracy against fascism, against the Nazis. So, that is another element. People were not divided about going to war against not just the Nazis, you also had Japan and Italy. People always think about those, the Axis, there's 3 of those, not just Nazi Germany. And we had these guys always talked about how they felt more free in Italy than in their own country. And a lot of people don't know, during World War II, many German POWs were sent back to America, and they were imprisoned on the same camps where the black soldiers were being trained in the South. And on every one of those camps, the Nazi POWs got better housing, better food, and better health and medicine and stuff than the Negro soldiers who were being trained to kill those motherfuckers. And this is something these guys, to this day, have not been able to get over.
Let's talk about the foreign market, because really in Hollywood, the way this business works is like.
Here's the thing.
Tell how.
Here's the
this
thing.
works. Okay.
Hollywood has this down, I'm talking about the studios, they have this down to a system. So they read a script, they look who's in it, and then they punch numbers into an equation. They look how much they think they could do domestic, and look how much they can make foreign. And now foreign is a bigger number than domestic. And historically, and I don't think it's true, but they still say that black does not travel overseas. So whether it's true or not, they believe that. And so in doing their equation, the number for foreign is always lower than it should be. And so if they're not putting, if the foreign number is low, you're not going to get the money you need to get the film. Like for James Brown, they told me that they didn't know how much they could do foreign with James Brown. I said, the man they know his music all over the world. He changed the sound.
They put it in all their films.
I'm telling you what they tell me. So it's the okie doke. And it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, because if they don't think black doesn't travel, then they're not going to really work hard to prove that wrong. Of course, there's exceptions, Will Smith, Denzel, depending on the film. But they just had these rules they write up. And I don't know who writes these rules, but they go by them.
So after Inside Man, which you said did really well internationally.
My biggest hit ever.
Yes, but, so what was the excuse then behind that?
They said
Because-
James Brown I needed 60. They only get 40. Same thing to LA. There's another film I don't want to do, LA Riots. We needed 60. At the same time, they wanted the city being burnt down, all this action stuff and the smoke, and then you gotta have money to do that. It takes money to do action sequences, and they only want to give me 40 for that. So I said, "F you guys, I'm going to get money from Europe," and that's how Miracle St. Anna
But
came
Scott,
about.